That's grounded to third. Sandoval gets the sheriff, and that'll do it. No runs, a hit, no errors, and one man left on base. Yankees, nothing, and the Red Sox coming to bat.
Experimenta la máxima aventura con los ATV y Side-by-Side Can-Am. Con una amplia gama de vehículos líderes en la industria, existe un Can-Am para todos. Desde el Outlander L, a partir de $1,422 mensuales, hasta el dominante Maverick XDS Turbo de 121 caballos de fuerza. Sin importar el camino, los vehículos Can-Am tienen un desempeño líder en su clase, manejo supremo y diseño excepcional. Visite a su concesionario local o canamoffroad.com. Experimenta la máxima aventura con los ATV y Side-by-Side Can-Am. Con una amplia gama de vehículos líderes en la industria, existe un Can-Am para todos. Desde el Outlander L, a partir de $1,422 mensuales, hasta el dominante Maverick XDS Turbo de 121 caballos de fuerza. Sin importar el camino, los vehículos Can-Am tienen un desempeño líder en su clase, manejo supremo y diseño excepcional.
Mookie Betts in center field will lead off. Batting second and playing second, it's Dustin Pedroia. The number 3 hitter is the DH David Ortiz. Hanley Ramirez in left cleans up. Number 5, third baseman Pablo Sandoval. Mike Napoli at first base with bat 6. Batting 7th, playing right field Brock Holt. Xander Bogaerts, the shortstop, bats 8th. And batting 9th, to make his major league debut, catcher Blake Swihart.
There's Nathan Eovaldi getting the start for the Yankees this year. This will be his 5th start on the season. He's 1-0 with a 4.15. You can see lots of hits for innings pitched, but lots of strikeouts as well. The opponents are batting .344. Let's check out the pitcher's scouting report, brought to you by your Tri-Honda dealers. He's got heat. His fastball has averaged about 95 miles an hour this year. That's one of the tops in baseball, but he has to be less predictable in his pitches. He fall behind counts, and he has to come to the fastball, and hitters are getting the hits. This is his first ever outing at Fenway Park against of course, it'll be against the Boston Red Sox.
So here's Mookie Betts. And there's a strike. Such a live arm, and it's so puzzling why he does surrender so many hits and base runners. But as Joe Girardi said before the game, he is a work in progress. He's just 25 years old.
It seems as though he has no problems getting ahead on counts. And then all of a sudden, something in the middle of the plate. That's had a good swing at that one. Eovaldi has made a start against the Red Sox, and Michael, I know you remember it, April 10th, 19 innings. A game that Boston eventually won 6-5, and Eovaldi went 5 in the third.
Popped up, right side, and on play.
Teixeira went over near the dugout there and got a little help from John Farrell. Tried to hold him up. Red Sox manager.
Right side again. And out of play. See a lot of that from right-handed batters because he throws so hard, but he doesn't seem like he's able to get it by you. There are not a lot of swings and misses, so batters keep at bats alive by fouling the ball off.
Yeah, when he's pitching, it's a good day to be at the ballpark in case you want to get a foul ball. There's a lot of foul balls when he's pitching.
And the problem with that, even if he does well and retires batters, he's got a high pitch count. He's out of there sometime in the 6th inning.
3-2 right now.
3-2. Another foul ball. Again out of play. Down looking. I told you Joe said that Eovaldi's a work in progress. Here's his entire comment.
He's a work in progress. I've said it a number of times. He's 25 years old. You know, he's still a young starting pitcher that has good stuff and still developing. You know, his skill is a starting pitcher. So we've been pretty encouraged with what we've seen so far from him, and I think he'll get better as the year goes on.
The Pedroia is a strike acquisition of Eovaldi, Kenny, and I say the Yankees scouted Eovaldi, saw his arm, saw the things that he couldn't do, and said, we've got a pitching coach who can fix him. And they bet on Larry Rothschild. 1-1.
Yeah, they would like to see more starts like the one in Detroit where he won. That's his win on the year. 7 innings, 8 hits, 1 run, 4 strikeouts. Only 4 strikeouts tonight, only 1 walk. 94 pitches in the 7 innings.
Ripped into left center field, but there is Ellsbury, and he makes the play. The Yankees got him on December 19th. They sent Martin Prado and David Phelps to the Marlins, and they got Eovaldi, Garrett Jones, and Domingo Germán. And time's going to tell how that deal plays out. So here's David Ortiz, 6-game hitting streak for Ortiz. So he's already gotten a pitch at 98. That was 97. Shift is on for Ortiz. 3 infielders on the right side. Bottom of the first inning at Fenway, Yankees and the Red Sox. Shattered bat popped up. Headley cannot see the ball and it falls. There is not a cloud in the sky, and Headley got blinded by the sun, and Ortiz reaches.
When he was drifting back, you could see him throw the hands up and struggling right here. Nobody close enough to help him out, and the ball falls in for a hit. So that's something that the infielders and probably the outfielders are going to have to deal with all afternoon.
Well, just looking overhead from our booth, and we're very close to the sun up here. There really is no cloud cover at all. So it's going to be bare for all the fielders. And they give Ortiz a hit.
They're not as close as you are in Pittsburgh to the sun or Washington.
Or Washington. But in the same area code. And there's a strike to Ramirez. Hanley Ramirez comes with 22 ribbies, and this is the Honda League leaders, RBIs. Nelson Cruz moved ahead of him. He has 23, tied with Stanton. Andrew Morales with 20, and Paul Goldschmidt with 20 for the Diamondbacks.
Did you see how Nelson Cruz got his 23rd RBI last night?
No, I did not.
He hit a home run at Minute Maid Park in Houston. You know where the train runs up there? He hit the train.
Wow.
Almost derailed it.
And the train runs along tracks out in left field, high above the left field wall.
But Houston still won the game.
And they keep winning.
Oh my goodness, 8 in a row. Yeah, I think they're the surprise of baseball at this point.
Two-one. Chopped right side. Petit makes the play, gets Ramirez, and that will do it. No runs a hit, no errors, and one man left on base. We played one inning at Fenway Park. Yankees and the Red Sox, 0-0.
Baseball's newest morning show is off and running.
Hey, welcome to MLB Central.
Setting the table for your baseball day.
He has so many weapons in his arsenal.
MLB Central. Weekday mornings at 10 a.m. Eastern. Only on MLB Network.
We started the conversation with this. What bullpens from Yankees past does this current group of relievers remind you of, and why? Alley Girl on 97-93 says, Betances and Miller remind me of Rivera and Wetland. Both groups dominant, efficient, and get the job done. Follow Yes Network and tweet us your responses using hashtag Yankees Camry Hybrid to keep the conversation going. I move a couple of years forward, and it reminds me of Rivera and Nelson, Stanton, and Mendoza. Very deep bullpen. Here's Brian McCann. Now, it's weird that the Sun played a role in that bottom of the first inning when Joe Girardi came to the dugout to have his press briefing. He looked up at the sky and had a look of like horror that he was seeing a UFO. He goes, "What is that?" "Oh, it's the sun. I haven't seen that." And right away, it has an effect.
McCann playing a day game after a night game against a left-handed starter. I think, number one, lefties don't bother him all that much. He's hitting over 300 against left-handed pitching.
Grounded to first. Napoli. One down. Well, Elias gave us a note today about lefty batters against lefty pitchers. There are 18 lefty batters in the majors who have a batting average of 300 or higher against lefty pitchers. 4 of them are on the Yankees.
So one of them's McCann.
McCann's one of them. Ellsbury, Gardner, and Stephen Drew. Drew's hitting .313. The only other team that has more than one player on that list, the Indians have 2, Michael Brantley and Brandon Moss.
Moss is off to a great start.
And a strike to Young. Well, they play him to pull 3 infielders on the left side, and he hits it to the right side, over first base and down the right field line. Young rounds first, he'll go to second, and he has a double.
That is really crossing up the shift. I believe he hits this off the end of the bat. You can see all the fielders on this side of the field, and nobody home down the first baseline. Brock Holt's going to have to rush in from right field to hold Young to a double. And you can see just inside of the bag, or just over the corner of the bag, first base umpire Jeff Nelson with the signal. That's a fair ball and a 2-base hit.
There's Chase Headley, and there's a strike from Miley. Miley is averaging 3.92 innings per start. Not good. That's why he's sporting an ERA of 8.62 coming in. Red Sox starters, for the most part, have not been good. Their starting rotation has an ERA closing in on 6. Puts a lot of pressure on the bullpen and a lot of pressure on your offense to make up for that. Three and one to Headley.
Headley kind of falls into the Brian McCann school of hitting as far as his home runs with the Yankees. He's hit 9 home runs with the Yankees, 8 of them at Yankee Stadium. The only one he's hit on the road, August 29th of last year at Rogers Center. McCann has 25 and 21 at Yankee Stadium.
Shattered bat, soft ground ball to Bogarts. And he gets Headley.
They just announced Gregorio Petit.
Right.
Gregorio Petit.
Andy's brother. Chris Young leads off second. 2 men out. 1-0. Grounded to third. Sandoval, Fields, fires, and that will do it. So the double is wasted. No runs are hit, and 1 man left. Let's go to the bottom of the second. Nothing.
Experimenta la máxima aventura con los ATV y Side-by-Side Can-Am. Con una amplia gama de vehículos líderes en la industria, existe un Can-Am para todos. Desde el Outlander L, a partir de $1,422 mensuales, hasta el dominante Maverick XDS Turbo de 121 caballos de fuerza. Sin importar el camino, los vehículos Can-Am tienen un desempeño líder en su clase, manejo supremo y diseño excepcional. Visite a su concesionario local o canamoffroad.com.
Ernie Williams with a special ceremony where the Yankees will retire his number 51 and dedicate a plaque in historic Monument Park. For tickets, visit Yankees.com or call Ticketmaster at 877-469-9849 and do it today. Pablo Sandoval leads off the bottom of the second. Scoreboard still looking for some company. It's 0-0.
Sandoval's been tough on Eovaldi. 10 for 14 in his career against the Yankee right-hander back in their National League days.
Those are the numbers Kenny told you about. One of the 10 left the ballpark. Why don't we check out the Yankee defense presented by Geico? At the outfield, Gardner, Ellsbury, and Young. Infield, Headley, Gregorius, Petit, and Teixeira third to first. McCann's behind the plate. Eovaldi is on the mound. That's popped up again. A battle with the sun. And this time Headley wins it, but trips over the foot of Gregorius.
Well, infielders and outfielders might have to help each other out here. Somebody all of a sudden loses the ball in the sun. So Headley sticking with this one, makes the play, trips over the foot or leg of Gregorius, but maintains the ball in glove for out number one. It might be one of those afternoons you see some funny things happening on defense when balls are put in the air. Pitchers would much prefer to throw ground balls today.
Napoli takes a strike.
Red Sox are waiting for Napoli to get going. Actually had a double here last night, but the Yankees were the beneficiaries of a ground rule double. The ball bounced into the Red Sox bullpen, and that kept Hanley Ramirez from scoring, and the Yankees got out of further trouble without any runs. Napoli's hitting just .130 against right-handers this year. You just saw an example of the power fastball, and Nathan Eovaldi just blew it right by him.
Two. Right in on the hands at 95 miles an hour. Kenny had to send out a personal greeting to my wife, Jody. It's her birthday today.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Jody. Any plans?
Dinner tonight.
All right, good.
If these teams cooperate.
Well, these are the two pitchers that hooked up to begin that 19-inning game.
Well, then dinner would not be happening. Breakfast might. Right back to Eovaldi. 2 outs. That's going to bring up Brock Holt. Holt is 1 for his last 10, but still, he's hitting .378. Off to a great start. He's like a super duper utility man. He can play everywhere and certainly has been potent at the plate.
Yeah, we talked about he's Well, today he's starting in right field for the 4th time. He started in center twice, shortstop 3 times, left field once, second base once, and third base twice. And the thing about it, not only does he play all these positions, he's not made an error in 45 games. So he gets the job done anywhere on the field. And you said he's hitting 378. So he's doing a pretty good job at the plate, too.
Fly ball left field. Gardner is there, and that will do it. As the Red Sox go down in order, 1-2-3. We go to the 3rd inning in Boston. Yankees nothing, Red Sox nothing.
Experimenta la máxima aventura con los ATV y Side-by-Side Can-Am. Con una amplia gama de vehículos líderes en la industria, existe un Can-Am para todos. Desde el Outlander L, a partir de $1,422 mensuales, hasta el dominante Maverick XDS Turbo de 121 caballos de fuerza. Sin importar el camino, los vehículos Can-Am tienen un desempeño líder en su clase, manejo supremo y diseño excepcional. Visite a su concesionario local o canamoffroad.com.
Premiere episode getting the inside story of Andy Pettitte's dominant performance in Game 5 of the 1996 World Series. Chevy presents Yankeeography Moments of Glory today after the postgame, only on Yes. D.D. Gregorius leads off. Gregorius made an error last night at short. I asked Joe about it today, and he said, I have no problem with it. It was a physical error. He said he's playing much better shortstop than he did in the first couple of weeks. And now he gets a base hit to lead off the 3rd inning against the left-hander. The Audi A3 scoreboard, 0-0.
Ellsbury still gets some boos here as he comes to the plate. You know, I get the feeling he could have signed with any other team as a free agent. And the boos wouldn't have been quite as many.
I guess a lot of the fans really wanted him to retire then, since the Red Sox really never made an offer. I mean, they talked around an offer. They never made one to him. So he signed as a free agent. Bunted foul off the mask of Swihart.
Ellsbury's been hot. He's got a streak of 3 consecutive multi-hit games going. He's got 10 on the season, which leads the Yankees. And he's already got 1 hit today, so he's halfway there. Miley has a very good pickoff move. In fact, he picked off Ellsbury in New York.
Two on Ellsbury. And he strikes out.
second strikeout from Miley. Now his struggles have been well documented this year. That pitch broke out of the zone. Very good pitch, but I did mention that only 3 left-handed pitchers had more strikeouts than Miley did last year in the National League. All 3 of them are brand names: Clayton Kershaw, Madison Bumgarner, and Cole Hamels.
Brett Gardner struck out in the first inning. Sandoval in on the grass at third. And there's a strike. I think it's awful to strike out at Fenway Park as a visiting player, because taking a look from up here, Kenny, that's got to be the longest walk to the dugout in Major League Baseball. You have a lot of time to soak it all in.
Yeah, that's. We're probably hearing it from the fans in the front few rows there along the way. But then again, if you do something very good, it's like a promenade back to the dugout.
That one gets away from Swihart. He could not find it. It was right in front of him as Gregorius advances to second.
Get a look at this one. It was in the dirt. Breaks away from the young rookie catcher. As Michael said, he couldn't find it, and Gregorius is down at second base in scoring position with 1 out. It's going to be a wild pitch.
Well, the Yankees have had a runner at second now 3 straight innings. Have yet to cash in. Runner at second with 1 out in the first. Runner at second with 1 out in the second. Runner at second with 1 out here in the third.
You're looking at the young catcher Swihart talking to Miley, and you know, a lot of teams have called about that young catcher in trades, where the Red Sox are not willing to part with him. They feel that he's their future behind the plate.
I think there's general concern that they've had to rush their future. Fly ball down the left field line. It is a fair ball. It bounces into the corner. Gregorius will score. Gardner is going for 3. He will be out. But an RBI double for Gardner, and the Yankees lead 1-0. He's out trying to stretch, and now it looks like Sandoval's hurt.
First of all, this ball is slicing, and there's the throw. The tag on the back, and yep, he's out.
And he got a right leg. That
Caught
did
underneath.
not look good. Yeah, watch this, Ken.
Oh yeah, that's. Well, it looks like something you would see in football. Sandoval is standing, but he's not moving around right now after this collision with Brett Gardner. You know, and his foot was in front of the bag. And with a runner sliding in, especially somebody with the speed of Gardner, there's quite a bit of force there. And from Gardner's standpoint, you know, people say he got thrown out at third. You should try with 1 out. You should try and make it over there, because you could score on a sacrifice fly. Sandoval trying to shake off the effects of that collision. And it looks like he's going to be okay.
But how about trying to take third when the play's right in front of you? I mean, it's such a short left field.
It was still close. I mean, you take chances to get to third base with 1 out. And of course, with Gardner's speed, about right here, he's going to turn it on. And now really push it. Panda went for a tumble.
Well, Joe Girardi did preach to them during spring training, I want you to be aggressive on the bases. Don't be afraid to get thrown out. Here's Alex Rodriguez. And there's a strike. Oh, 2 on A-Rod, who grounded to short in the first.
Notice Alex holding his hand up to get some time from Corey Blazer, the home plate umpire, because Miley worked so fast, it's hard to get set in the box. Just missed.
Soft ground ball at third. Sandoval gets A-Rod. And that'll do it. Yankees score a run on 2 hits. Nobody left on base. We go to the bottom of the third. 1-0 Yanks.
It's time for today's injury report, brought to you by Montefiore Medical Center. Montefiore Inspired Medicine. There you see it. Ryan Hannigan fractured his hand last night. He's been placed on the 15-day DL. Blake Swihart called up to make his major league debut in his place. He'll be out indefinitely. He'll actually need surgery on that hand to fix the problem. And Farrell said earlier today that he could miss the majority of the season. But Swihart, it's been a dream come true for him. The last time he stepped foot on the field at Fenway, it was back in 2011 after he was drafted 26th overall by the Red Sox. He said since that moment, he's thought about getting back here just about every day, and it truly was a dream come true that he was able to get the call today. Now, he was asked earlier if he feels ready, and he said, yeah, I feel ready. I wouldn't be here if I didn't feel ready. Obviously, they feel like I'm ready. I love challenges, and I'm looking forward to it. Meanwhile, his manager, John Farrell, said that his receiving definitely made some good progress over spring training, but they do realize with the younger catcher making his major league debut, there will be a learning curve. It'll be a process for him. He's going to be exposed for the first time at the major league level, so there's going to be some subtleties and some things that are different, particularly in game calling and defensively, that he's going to need to make adjustments on the fly. And they believe he's ready for it right now, but they do have a system in place if he has some trouble during the game calling Wade Miley's game today, that they'll be able to help him out a little bit out there.
Gregorius fields and fires to get Bogarts, and that will bring up Swihart for his first big league at bat.
Number 23, Blake Swihart.
Howdy, A3 scoreboard, 1-0 Yankees, bottom of the third.
Well, Red Sox fans have heard an awful lot about this young man, and the Red Sox hesitate to trade him for another catcher who did this, hit with no batting gloves. Jorge Posada.
Switch hitter batting from the left side. And a strike. At Pawtucket in 18 games, hitting .338 with 11 ribbies. He had .333 with a home run and 8 ribbies in 13 spring training games.
Well, this is a moment you think of all your life. Played in the backyard with your friends, maybe members of your family, playing wiffle ball. That's my first major league at bat. Knees are knocking, heart is racing, blood pumping through your veins.
He is their #1 prospect in a system that has many prospects. You see the others. But only time will tell. You can look back decades of prospect lists, and most of them don't make it. But this is important for the Red Sox. They've lost 2 catchers this year.
And there's a possibility, well, certainly with Vasquez, he's not coming back this year. And it's the same thing probably true for Ryan Hannigan.
Now there's some talk, Jared Saltalamacchia. First, let's take a look at the injury from last night. Joe Girardi said he's never seen anything like that on a ricochet. He couldn't grip the ball, and they knew right away they took him out of the game. Anyway, Jared Saltalamacchia used to be here, signed as a free agent with the Marlins. Really was a complete designated him for assignment. And the Red Sox have told anyone who's asked they have no interest in bringing Saltalamacchia back. Two. He's hanging in there in his first at bat.
Evaldi's tried just about everything. He's shown the fastball, slider. That looked to be the splitter.
Swing and a miss. Oh, he goes down on strikes in his first big league at bat.
Let's see what he got him with, and it looked like it was a splitter. Didn't do all that much with the change of speed. Got him. Oh, slider, excuse me. And picks up the strikeout. So we got that out of the way.
Center field. On the run is Ellsbury. He makes the play on the warning track for the final out of a 1-2-3 inning. We go to the 4th. Yankees 1, Red Sox nothing. I guess.
Experimenta la máxima aventura con los ATV y Side-by-Side Can-Am. Con una amplia gama de vehículos líderes en la industria, existe un Can-Am para todos. Desde el Outlander L, a partir de $1,422 mensuales, hasta el dominante Maverick XDS Turbo de 121 caballos de fuerza. Sin importar el camino, los vehículos Can-Am tienen un desempeño líder en su clase, manejo supremo y diseño excepcional. Visite a su concesionario local o canamoffroad.com.
15 teams in Florida, 15 more in Arizona, all with one goal, to build a winner. MLB Tonight spring training coverage with exclusive access to every team's training camp. And an inside look at baseball's biggest names heading into the new season. Coverage continues through opening day on MLB Network.
Finale for Yankees extra innings post-game coverage. Then Monday night, the Bombers are back on Yes when they begin a 3-game set in Toronto with the Blue Jays. Coverage begins at 6:30 right here on Yes. Mark Teixeira starts off the fourth with a foul ball. We told you earlier that after he got hit yesterday with a pitch, after the game, Joe Girardi said to Teixeira, please text me and tell me if you can't play tomorrow. And I think that's the same thing that Kate said to Mickey Mantle. Lincoln scoreboard 1-0 Yankees over the Red Sox, and that's also plays perfectly into John Sterling's Teixeira home run call. Ooh.
That's the section where you got to be alive. You sit over there just beyond the left field line, hooking line drives.
Ground ball to Pedroia, and it gets Teixeira. Talking about Yankees of the past, this date in Yankee history, not one to celebrate. Lou Gehrig benches himself. This is in Detroit at Briggs Stadium. And he ends his streak at 2,130 consecutive games played. The disease that he would ultimately succumb to taking hold of him. He wasn't doing well, and he decided to sit himself down that day. And that was the end of the consecutive game streak, later broken by Cal Ripken Jr. That's this date in Yankees history, May 2nd, 1939. That was a strike to McCann.
Every once in a while, you're going to have to do that. Just slow Miley down, step out. He might be faster than Burley.
He throws harder. Ground ball, Pedroia.
I'm talking in terms of game. How fast that this guy works. This is the guy that you would want on getaway day.
Oh, Miley against Burley.
Oh, my goodness.
Well, the Mets and the Marlins played a 158 game earlier in the week.
They did?
Yeah, the game where Murphy hit the 3-run home run in the ninth, which forced the bottom of the ninth inning. If it wasn't for that, it would have been about 149.
That did knock some points down on that average.
Yeah. I think Major League games with the new speed-up rules are averaging about 254 for a 9-inning game. And starting last night, umpires could start fining you for stepping out. April, it was just about warning.
They're not going to do that.
Really?
Yeah.
When did this happen?
I read it this morning.
We'll have to find out why when we return. It is news to me. Maybe to you. 1-0 Yankees. Bottom of the fourth.
Experimenta la máxima aventura con los ATV y Side-by-Side Can-Am. Con una amplia gama de vehículos líderes en la industria, existe un Can-Am para todos. Desde el Outlander L a partir de $1,422 mensuales, hasta el dominante Maverick XDS Turbo de 121 caballos de fuerza. Sin importar el camino, los vehículos Can-Am tienen un desempeño líder en su clase, manejo supremo y diseño excepcional. Visite a su concesionario local o canamoffroad.com.
Giving out fines if they were stepping out on May 1st, but you say you read differently.
That it's been going so well that they have agreed, the Players Association and Major League Baseball, not to fine the players. Just keep things going the way they are.
Because they've been doing it without being fined. Gotcha.
But here's something, the pace of games, they've cut off about, I think, around 8 minutes from last year's time. But here's something to think about when the Yankees and the Red Sox meet.
High drive, left field. There it goes. See ya. A long home run for Pedroia, and the game is tied at 1.
Well, you should think about this as well. Trying to keep Pedroia in the park. That's his 5th home run of the year.
That was some blast. That hit the AAA sign behind the monster seats.
Like something hanging right there was up. He's a good high ball hitter, and he doesn't miss this one. That's his A swing. And it turns into a home run.
And there's David Ortiz. That's the first legitimate hit against Evaldi. The other one was a pop fly lost in the sun by Headley.
Take a look at this on Yes Mo, brought to you by your Mercedes-Benz Tri-State dealer. It's an Adrian Beltre-like. Getting down on one knee.
Another hot shot. This one a line drive to center as Ortiz picks up his second hit of the afternoon. He has a 7-game hitting streak, and he's 8 for his last 16.
I was talking about pace of game. In each of the last 31 seasons since 1984, the average time of a 9-inning Red Sox-Yankee game is higher than the average time of the regular games throughout the league. So these games take longer.
I spoke with Joe Torre about that the numbers could be skewed if you took out your Red Sox-Yankee games and even Red Sox or Yankee-Oriole games. And he said he used to always have a discussion with former Commissioner Bud Selig. He said, yeah, the Yankee-Red Sox games were long, but they were great games. You didn't have to worry about pace there. He said sometimes a long game could be a really, really good game. I agree with him. But not every game is a Yankee-Red Sox game with so much on the line.
You think back over the recent past and all these grind them out type of hitters that both these clubs have.
Yep. 2-0 now to Hanley Ramirez. Chris Young backs up. He'll make the play. Ortiz goes back to first.
A lot of room out there to roam in right field. Hanley Ramirez follows through on the swing. he can take the bat back to the dugout by himself. No bat boy needed.
Here's Sandoval. Up the middle, a base hit for Sandoval. Ortiz will stop at second. Ellsbury gets the ball in. 3 hits this inning against Eovaldi.
And the ball been hit well. Sandoval becoming a fan favorite here in Boston. And why not? He's 15 for 32 in his new home ballpark. About right there for him to just stroke it back through the middle. All 3 of these hits have come on fastballs.
You wonder if this is a classic case of second time through the order, or is he doing something different?
Well, these pitches are somewhat elevated. You saw the one hit for the home run by Betroya. That was definitely up.
There's Napoli, first and second, 1 out. Game tied at 1, bottom of the 4th. Popped up, right side, and out of play.
Yeah, one thing that makes this a hitter's park, as well as Yankee Stadium, there's not much room in foul territory. A lot of the foul balls are just head back in the seats for souvenirs, and hitters get another chance. Fans are right up on top of the action.
Too quickly on Napoli. A .312 lifetime hitter in 66 games against the Yankees. Grounded back to the mound in the second inning. Let's see if this is 2. There's 1, and there's 2. Beautifully turned 6-4-3 double play to get Eovaldi out of further trouble. But the Red Sox tie the score. Breaking ball up in the zone, and Pedroia crushed it for his 5th home run. When it came down, it's a 1-1 game as we head to the 5th. He leads off, takes a pitch outside, 1-0. It's a 1-1 game, but a beautifully turned double play on a ball grounded up the middle, started by D.D. Gregorius. We told you earlier that Joe Girardi said, I like the way he's playing defense now, and the error yesterday did not concern me. Big OT scoreboard, it's 1-1 in the fifth. Grounded and past the diving Sandoval and down the left field line. That'll go into the corner. Headley will stop at second as Ramirez battles the ball and finally comes up with it. It's a leadoff double for Headley.
Well, the Yankees get it started here in the fifth inning. Sandoval with a headlong dive. He comes up with a chest full of dirt, and that's about it. So one third baseman hits a rocket by the other.
Is Gregorio Petit. Pitch outside, 1-0.
Sandoval in on the grass. He's expecting a bunt from Petit.
Not getting one. 1-1.
You get a left-handed hitter coming up next in Gregorius, and Gregorius got a base hit. He scored the Yankee run.
Fly ball shallow center, and it's going to fall in for a base hit. So Headley had a hold up, scampers back to second, runners on first and second, and nobody out for the Yankees. And you would think that Gregorius is bunting.
Yeah, Mookie Betts showing some excellent closing speed, and Headley made the right decision. I mean, if that ball's caught and he's halfway, he's going to be out at second base. So he only went about a third of the way. Now the Red Sox definitely looking for the bunt. Now Napoli moves in on the grass.
Foul back to the screen.
Joe Espada with the signs, and Gregorius, if he gets this down, it would be his first successful sacrifice of the year.
So Swihart wants to go talk with Wade Miley.
And Joe Espada had a quick conversation with D.D. Gregorius. So everybody seems to be ready to go.
Beautiful bunt. Bunts it towards Sandoval.
Ooh.
So the sacrifice successful, 5-4. Once you bunted it to the third baseman, there was nobody to cover as Headley went to third.
Well, Michael, you're right. This is about as good as you could do it. You want the third baseman to field the ball. Make him come in so the runners can advance. Only one play for Sandoval. He guns it over to Pedroia at first base. Sacrifice goes 5-4. And it's the little things when you're not hitting well, and Gregorius has a hit today, but his average is a little bit over 200. You got to be doing other things. Playing a lot of defense. When called upon to advance base runners, you got to get it done, and he does so here and forces the Red Sox to bring the infield in.
with runners on second and third. Tells you what the Red Sox think about the Yankee bullpen. They don't want to fall too far behind, trying to cut off the run here. Usually in situations like this, Kenny, in the fifth, they'll play the infield back, get the out, rather than give up 2 runs on a ball that squeezes through the infield. Not the case with the Red Sox. It counts 2-0 on Ellsbury.
That was a good point about the Yankee bullpen, because it's already, teams know it's a 7, maybe game where the Yankee bullpen's been pitching.
The Yankees certainly have to cash in these 2 runs here. And a ground ball to Napoli. He has one play, he makes it at first, holding at third is Headley. So the strategy paid off.
Well, he couldn't hit it much harder. Just Napoli was in the right place. He was kind of well off the line. And right to him. He's looking over at third base at Headley, makes sure he stays put, then it's out number 2.
Gardner is 1 for 2, a strikeout, and then a double left.
Yeah, the double gave him a 5-game hitting streak.
Also gave him his 8th ribby, and he's thrown out at third, trying to stretch to a triple.
Yeah, he and Ellsbury lately have been a very good tandem at the top of the order for the Yankees.
Flips the outside corner. Count 1-1. Headley is at third. Gregorio Petit is at second. Gardner, a 308 hitter in the early going with runners in scoring position. Outside, then inside for 1-2.
Good stop by the young catcher Swihart.
There's a base hit to left field. 1 run scores. Here comes Petit. He scores. Moving to second is Gardner. A big base hit for the Yankee left fielder as they take a 3-1 lead.
Gardner has now driven in all 3 of the Yankee runs. We talked about the Yankees hitting well with 2 outs, driving in runs. Runners in scoring position, there are 2. And Gardner, his second hit towards left field this afternoon. Cut off by Ramirez. But Petit will score the second run of the inning, the third of the game for the Yankees, and they now lead 3-1.
The game is single, Kenny. Going to second on the double or what?
No, it's a single.
Okay.
And second on the throw to the plate.
So Nieves comes out and has a talk with Miley. As the Yankees played 2 big runs here in the 5th inning.
And we talked about it last night that both Gardner and Ellsbury, despite being left-handed hitters, they hit left-handed pitching pretty well.
A-Rod fouls it back. A little disgusted with himself.
Yeah, that was a good pitch to hit. Here's that 3-0 count again, Michael. I'll make 3-1. 3-1.
He was 8 for 18 at 3-0. He says that you don't get as good a pitch on 3-1 as you do at 3-0.
Well, pitchers, they just groove it. They think that you're not swinging. 3-1, they realize it's really a hitter's count.
Well, Girardi said today, if they know that you'll swing on 3-0, you'll get more walks. That one's grounded to third. Sandoval across the diamond, and that will do it. But the Yankees get 2 runs, 3 hits, a sac bunt, 1 man left. We're halfway through. Yankees up by 2. Demand and true HD on over 400 mobile and connected devices, real-time highlights, live look and see, pitch tracking widget, and more every night on every device. Blackout restrictions apply. Visit MLB.tv for details. Yankees have a 3-1 lead. Brock Holt takes a pitch out of the zone on the Bigelow T scoreboard. Bottom third of the order against Evaldi. There's a breaking ball strike. Quite a separation, 74 miles an hour with that breaking ball. He can throw as hard as 98 with the fastball.
I had mentioned it last time that Holt hadn't made an error in 45 games. And people out there might be wondering what position was he playing when he made that error, because he plays everywhere on the field. It was actually an error he made while playing third base. Today he's out in right field.
Nice pick there by Teixeira. One away.
Made that look easy, but that was a hard smash off the bat of Holt. Watch the quick glove hand of Mark Teixeira. Dropping down, getting down on one knee, staying low, keeps the glove low to the ground, snags it, shows it. He's on his way to first base to complete the play. Makes it look easy. It's not.
There's Xander Bogaerts. And a strike on the breaking ball. 0-2.
He showed a few more breaking balls this inning.
Yep. Some pitchers go out with a game plan to try to get as many outs as possible, just featuring the fastball and moving it around. And then it looks like they're catching up to it. You start to mix in a second pitch.
Second time through. Third time through. And you got to wonder, we mentioned day game after night game, McCann is in there again. Maybe Joe Girardi wanted to go with his veteran catcher with Eovaldi on the mound. And with tomorrow night being it's a night game here, Sunday Night Baseball, there might be an opportunity for McCann to catch all 3 games.
And then probably not start Monday.
In Toronto.
Right.
Yeah.
Nice catch by a fan in the third deck on the left field line. Not even a fan, it's a worker here at the ballpark. Could be a fan.
He's going to give out a souvenir. Here's a look at the play.
Nice job.
And he gave the ball away, I believe, should be a youngster, right?
High ball. Shading his eyes is Ellsbury. Makes the play. Can't take anything for granted out there. There's no routine fly ball.
Well, even with sunglasses, I mean, your eyes start to water. You know, just feel it's almost like you want to call for a fair catch. And it seems like the ball is up there forever.
Above Fenway Park, it's just a pastel blue sky pierced by a burning sun. Now you notice with Eovaldi, he's kind of got the old-time windup, back over the head, drops the ball well behind his back, and then delivers. You know, sometimes when pitchers are having difficulty with control, and I'm not saying he does, you see them just start, don't bring the hands back. Try and make things a little bit more compact. The youngster Swihart who played might be wondering where he's from. Texas, born in Texas, but lives in New Mexico, so he's out west. Ground ball, grabbed by Petit, fires to first, and that's Swihart's first big league hit. throw the ball into the Red Sox dugout. And that will be a keepsake for the young man.
Now, one thing you notice, he runs very well. Batting 500 in the major leagues now. Good try by Petit. Once he went down to a knee, I think he lost all chance of getting him at first. You can see Swihart well across the bag, going down the line. You'll never forget it. First major league hit.
Catchers sometimes start their career running very well. It's over the years that it just wears on their legs. I'm sure Yankee fans remember that in 1995, Jorge Posada in the playoff series against the Seattle Mariners actually pinch ran in the game. He started his career as a second baseman. Pitch outside, count 1-1 to Betts.
Still at 96. Get towards the latter stages of this game, and he's still firing.
To Petit, and that will do it. As Eovaldi is through 5 here at Fenway. We go to the 6th inning. Yankees 3, Red Sox 1.
Teams in Florida, 15 more in Arizona, all with one goal: to build a winner. MLB Tonight spring training coverage with exclusive access to every team's training camp and an inside look at baseball's biggest names heading into the new season. Coverage continues through opening day on MLB Network.
ESPN, Yankees extra innings on Yes immediately following the game. Adam Warren against Joe Kelly. Mark Teixeira leads off. And the pitch low, 1-0. So the 6th inning underway. Teixeira, 2 ground balls. He's 0 for 2. Ground ball to third, ground ball to second.
I mentioned this last night, but Teixeira is just 2 home runs behind Beltran on the all-time list for switch hitters.
Fly ball left field. Hanley Ramirez. One away.
You know, is it me, or it's going to take a while for me to be comfortable when I see Hanley Ramirez playing left field? Because I've never seen that. As Edward Mujica is up and warming up in the Red Sox bullpen.
I think it's you and Ramirez.
He's not all that comfortable yet.
He looks more comfortable out here, Kenny, than he did at Yankee Stadium, which you explained yesterday is a much more difficult left field to play.
Well, I didn't like playing left field at the old Yankee Stadium either. It was just too much room. I wasn't fast enough to cover all that ground.
McCann grounded to first, grounded to second, and he pops one up. Bogart's backpedaling, making the play. You know what I noticed from Ramirez more than I do from other Red Sox left fielders? He plays deeper here. And you should really play shallow because if it goes over your head, it's against the wall.
Particularly with runners on second.
Yeah.
If it's up against that wall, it's not your fault anyway.
That's right. It's the guy who designed the city street where they had to force a ballpark into it.
A long time ago.
Place opened in 1912. Fenway and Wrigley Field, the grand old gals of Major League ballparks.
And Chris Young done a pretty good job since coming over to the Yankees. 39 hits, 22 of them for extra bases. So he's been quite a pickup.
And who would have thunk it?
Well, you already knew he was a pretty good defender and he can play all three outfield positions. Just that he didn't hit well at all with the New York Mets.
Well, Ken, there's no kind way to put it. He was a complete failure.
Yeah.
I mean, so much so that they ate the remainder of the cut. He just couldn't hit for them. And then September, he was like a different player with the Yankees. That one's popped up left side. Bogart calls everybody off, makes the play. A 1-2-3 inning for Wade Miley against the Yankees. We're going to the bottom of the sixth inning at Fenway. 3-1 Yanks.
Experimenta la máxima aventura con los ATV y Side-by-Side Can-Am. Con una amplia gama de vehículos líderes en la industria, existe un Can-Am para todos. Desde el Outlander L, a partir de $1,422 mensuales, hasta el dominante Maverick XDS Turbo de 121 caballos de fuerza. Sin importar el camino, los vehículos Can-Am tienen un desempeño líder en su clase, manejo supremo y diseño excepcional. Visite su concesionario local o canamoffroad.com.
Leading 3-1, and here's Dustin Pedroia. He's the one. A long home run leading off the fourth. So he leads off the sixth and takes a strike. 95-mile-an-hour fastball.
You know, the argument used to be who's the best second baseman in the league? Dustin Pedroia, Robinson Cano. Well, they have a new challenger, Jose Altuve of the Houston Astros, who led the league in hitting last year, led the league in stolen bases. I don't know what he did in last night's game, but he came into last night's game with 9 straight multi-hit games.
That's a streak.
Yeah, he's smoking, and so are the Astros. And I bet you if they continue to play this well and Altuve does the same thing, he's going to get some MVP votes. Pedroia's won an MVP 2008.
Don't you think, Kenny, of all the sports, this is the one that probably discriminates less about size?
Well, Altuve's not the the largest of men. He's the shortest man in the major leagues, I would think.
Pedroia's not big. Joe Morgan wasn't big.
No, Little Joe, that was his nickname. And Little Joe won back-to-back MVPs with the Cincinnati Reds. Hall of Fame second baseman. Joe could play.
Yes, he could. Grounded to third. It's a nice hop, sets and fires to get Pedroia for the first out.
.90 pitches for Eovaldi. Really only had 1 inning where he had any problems. That was the 4th. He gave up a run on 3 hits.
Those are really the only hard hits because the 5 hits, the other 2 were infield hits. One was a sun-aided pop-up by Ortiz. The other one, the infield single. In the hole at first base by Swihart. The bullpen starting to heat up. First up, Justin Wilson. And played beautifully right there, Gregorius. 2 outs.
Yeah, we're getting to the part of the game where the Yankee bullpen is. This is what they do. They come in, shut things down. And try and preserve leads.
There's a base hit for Hanley Ramirez. 2-out single.
That's twice he's gone the other way. He flied out to right field last time, so it shows you Eovaldi's keeping the ball away from him. Ramirez second in the league in home runs, off to a great start with these Boston Red Sox.
There's a base hit to right field by Sandoval. So 2 quick outs, now 2 singles. First and second, 2 out for Napoli. Sandoval is 2 for 3.
Yeah, this guy can hit. 2 for 3 today. That makes him 10 for his last 18. Pitch kind of sat right there. He's, as hot as he has been lately, he's not going to miss anything like this. It's going to get hit hard. Continues to hit well at Fenway Park.
Happily 0 for 2, grounded it back to the mound, wrapped into a double play. And the 1-0. 2-0. Tight slider there that got him.
Good pitch. You know, when you're behind on the count, you got to rely on your secondary pitches. That was a great slider, down and away. Hitters are sitting on fastballs, especially a powerful hitter like Napoli. Slider's designed to look like a fastball, then at the last second break away.
Popped up. Right field. Young on the run toward the line, makes the call and the catch for the final out of the sixth. No runs, 2 hits, no errors, and 2 men left, 6 in the books. 3-1 Yankees. We go to the 7th. Taking another series if they win this game, but still plenty of time to go. And Headley leads off. Fly ball, shallow left. Mookie Betts with the play for the first out. Worth noting, Kenny, that with Sandoval's hit in the 6th, now 12 for 17 lifetime against Evaldi with his 2 for 3 today.
Yes, and I think I've told you this over the years. Just some guys just throw your speed. And you're really going to have to make excellent pitches to get them out. And even sometimes when you do, they still hit the ball hard.
Here is Gregorio Petit, 1 for 2. Miley's probably spinning his best game this year. Came in with an 8.62 ERA. It's lowered to 7.36 with his 6 1/3 so far. First big league game for Blake Swihart, top prospect in the Red Sox system, rushed up with the injury to Vasquez and now Hannigan. And he already has a hit in his first big league game, the 0-2. This copyrighted telecast presented by authority of the New York Yankees and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. Of the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the New York Yankees. As Petit strikes out on a change. 2 away.
Third strikeout of the afternoon for Wade Miley.
Got to bring up D.D. Gregorius, who's had a good day so far. Started a slick double play in the field. Single, went to second, heads up base running on a wild pitch and scored in the third, then laid down a beautiful sac bunt in the fifth. High fly ball, right center. Holt makes the play, cutting in front of Betts for the final out of the seventh. Yankees go down in order, 1-2-3. It's time for the seventh inning stretch here at Fenway. Yankees lead the Red Sox 3-1 on yes.
Limpiar. Limpiar no es solo lavar la vajilla. Es el comienzo de una cena inolvidable. Es más que dejar listo el baño. Es preparar el escenario para otro gran concierto. Limpiar es reordenar las cosas del pasado. Es dar un pasito al futuro. Es saber que siempre hay una oportunidad para volver a empezar. Limpiar es comenzar una nueva historia. Scotch Brite.
Kenny and I are a little bit surprised because Eovaldi is out there to start the 6 strong, and the next pitch he throws will be his 100th, and I think it's going to be a batter-to-batter thing.
Yes, it will be. A first sign of trouble. The bullpen's already warming up. The right-hander out there throwing now. Pitchers are building up their arms.
And Brock Holt takes a strike. Much better performance by Eovaldi than he did on Sunday night against the Mets. Game the Yankees ended up winning, but he didn't give them the distance. He struggled. Fly ball, right center, good jump by Ellsbury, and he'll run it down for the first out.
Yeah, we usually say good jump when it comes to him. It's very quick off the mark in center field as well as on the bases. He accelerates when he's going to steal a bag as fast as anybody. His first couple of steps in the right direction, and plus his overall speed means a lot of ground covered.
Chris Martin is up. Vander Bogart's at the plate. Wow, that looks like Eovaldi not throwing as hard as he was earlier, but still has location. Bogarts is 0 for 2. The ground ball was short and a fly ball to center. 96 on the outside corner.
There's still some gas left in.
Seems like he broke his bat on that pop-up. Petit on the outfield grass puts it away for the second out.
Trying to have his third 1-2-3 inning. Yeah, this got all in on the hands. You know, if bats could talk, when you start to swing and the ball is coming, you're going to start screaming. No!
Here's Blake Swihart, 1 for 2. Infield single in the fifth to the right side, his first big league hit. 1-0. That fastball by him, 1-1.
You know what? I like the way he swings the bat. He doesn't get cheated. I don't think there was anybody who swung the bat harder in a Red Sox uniform than Carl Yastrzemski. Every once in a while, number 8 would go down on one knee. The force of the swing.
2-1. 3-1 now on the number 9 hitter, Swihart. Three and 2.
96.
Check the swing, and he works the wall. Betts, and that'll bring out Girardi, and that'll be the end of the day for Nathan Eovaldi. Well, Joe Girardi makes the Verizon Fios call to the bullpen. He'll call on Chris Martin to face Mookie Betts. Betts comes up with 2 outs in the bottom of the 7th. That's the tying run. Yankees lead 3-1. He faced 2 strikeouts. He threw 111 pitches. When the Yankees go to their bullpen, which leads us to today's Cold Hard Facts, brought to you by Clean, Crisp Coors Light. And Chris Martin, a big part of this bullpen. The Yankee bullpen pitching to a 1.69 ERA. Again, last night in relief of CC, outstanding. So the Yankees have the 3rd best ERA in baseball behind the Royals and the Cards.
And you notice the way pitching staffs are configured, all of those teams are playing pretty good baseball right now.
Great story by Chris Martin. Shoulder injury kept him out of the game from 2005 to 2010. He loaded trucks at Lowe's hardware store in Arlington, and then at UPS at Dallas-Fort Worth Airport. He loaded trucks there. Just got stronger loading the trucks, started playing catch, and tried out for an independent league team, made it, and now he's all the way back. Out of baseball for 5 years. And now part of a very good bullpen with the Yankees.
You could still say he's pulling his weight, right?
Yeah. So the count 2-0 on Betts, 0 for 3 against Eovaldi. To left field. That ball is off the wall. Played out there by Gardner. Heading around third is Swihart. He will score. It's an RBI double for Betts, and it's a 3-2 Yankee lead.
Well, you get yourself in a predictable 2-0 count. Betts up there looking for a fastball, then he got it. Didn't come very far from tying this ball game up. Good play of the carom by Brett Gardner out in left field. But Swihart's going to score his first major league run, and it's a 3-2 game.
Well, that run on the ledger of Eovaldi, so his day is done statistically. Here's Dustin Pedroia. 1-0. Pedroia with a long home run solo shot leading off the fourth. Justin Wilson was up earlier. He'll come in. David Ortiz comes up this inning. Ground ball to Gregorius. He stays down, fires to first, and that will do it. But the Red Sox creep closer. 1 run on 1 hit. 1 man left on base. We go to the 8th. It's 3-2 Yankees.
Baseball's newest morning show is off and running.
Hey, welcome to MLB Central.
Setting the table for your baseball day.
He has so many weapons in his arsenal.
MLB Central. Weekday mornings at 10 a.m. Eastern. Only on MLB Network.
Troy Hawkins loaded here. Troy Hawkins will be looking for great deals on the 2015 models. And by McDonald. Over the right field grandstand here at Fenway Park. I said Prudential Center. That's a Prudential building.
Same company.
They're happy. They got free publicity. Hyundai scoreboard 3-2 Yanks as Ellsbury moves out of the way.
We saw Lane last night. He won an inning, gave up a hit and a strikeout. That was it. And the Yankees 3-2 victory.
Two and 0 on Ellsbury. Ellsbury 1 for 3 with a stolen base. Struck out and grounded to first. Sandoval is in on the grass at third. Red Sox really play Ellsbury straight up because he can hit the ball from foul line to foul line. And that one is a hot shot. Grabbed on the back. Joya. One away. MLS Soccer Sunday returns tomorrow when Mix Discarud and New York City FC take on Clint Dempsey and the Seattle Sounders at 7 p.m. That's on Fox Sports 1.
Ellsbury only has one hit, but he's hit the ball hard 3 times. Just on the backhand with a beautiful play is Pedroia.
Here's Brett Gardner, the Yankee offense today. He's driven in all 3 runs. An RBI double in the third, a 2-run single in the fifth. Two and 0 to Gardner. Lane was the pitcher who hit Mark Teixeira on the right wrist, and that ricocheted off the hand of Ryan Hannigan, essentially ending Hannigan's season. Alexi Ogando up. So the count 3-1 on Gardner. Now 3-2. We are in the 8th at Fenway. Yankees 3, Red Sox 2. Yankees with 7 hits, Red Sox with 8. Neither team has committed an error.
And some nice defensive plays by both teams. The infielders and the outfielders have had to fight a tough sun here at Fenway Park today.
Ground ball is short. Bogarts gets Gardner for the second.
Well, we saw Alex Rodriguez's last night that tied him with the all-time list. He's also tied with him in doubles with 523.
We might be able to break that tie, but first he's going to have to face another pitcher as John Farrell lifts Tommy Lane and will go to the bullpen to get a righty. Alex Rodriguez waits on deck. Yankees up 3-2. Those were the thrills of the Yankees presented by Pepsi. Upload your Yankees pride using hashtag YankeesThrill for your chance to win an exclusive Yankee experience. Go to Yankees.com/YankeesThrill for more information. Alexi Ogando starts A-Rod off with a pitch out of the strike zone. Alex is 0 for 3. Remember, he had been in a terrible slump before that pinch hit home run. And now followed that home run last night with 3 ground balls to the left side.
Gondo's done a pretty good job, as the numbers would indicate. Former Texas Ranger, who worked both as a starter and as a reliever in a Ranger uniform.
That one's fouled back by Rodriguez. Swing and a miss. 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs here in the top of the 8th inning. It's 3-2 Yanks. Missed outside, just missed.
Ogando's throwing the ball very well. He's bounced back from some arm problems. You can see that's high and away.
Ground ball through for a base hit. So A-Rod picks up a 2-out single here in the 8th.
Alex now down. It's going to be a while, but 43 hits to go for 3,000.
Teixeira takes a strike. Ogando's back to throwing hard. We
were doing a game with David Cohn when the Red Sox were in New York, and he was talking about Ogando bouncing back from starting to relieving, and sometimes that can, hurt your arm.
Fouled away.
If you're not properly prepared, you're stretched out. And it's not as easy as it would seem to just say, okay, you're a starter now.
Right into the teeth of the shift. Pedroia from the outfield grass gets Teixeira, and that'll do it in the 8th. No runs, a hit, no errors. 1 man left. We go to the bottom of the 8th. 3-2 Yankees. following the game. You've got Lorenz, you've got Kerr, you've got Flaherty, you've got Maragovitz. Catch all the highlights from today's matchup and analysis of the key plays. Plus, hear the clubhouse reaction. It's all coming up right here on Yes to the Game. Yankees have a new pitcher in. It's left-hander Justin Wilson. Also want to update you, the single by Alex Rodriguez now means he's 43 hits away from 3,000 for his career. Hyundai scoreboard, Yankees lead 3-2. And it'll be Wilson against Ortiz leading off the bottom of the 8th. That fouled away.
This might be a one and done for Wilson. Dylan Betances heating up in the Yankee pen.
Looking to tie it right there, but 96 powered right by him.
Man.
Strength against strength.
Too much heat right there for Big Papi.
Shadow starting to cross home plate as well. Here at Fenway. The 0-2. Grounded to Gregorius on the right side of the infield. And he gets Ortiz for the first out.
It's twice today that Ortiz is grounded into the shift. Gregorius on the right side.
Looks like Girardi will stay with Wilson. Ortiz has said that he's had more hits taken away by the shift than anyone. Because before the shift became the cool thing, Kenny, people were shifting on David Ortiz.
Okay. So they saw how it worked against him, and they decided, well, we'll use it against everybody.
Let's try. Here's Hanley Ramirez. Hanley is 1 for 3. And a strike. He's their leading hitter against left-handed pitchers, 389. Hanley actually started out in the Red Sox organization. Went to the Marlins in the Josh Beckett deal. Then to the Dodgers, signed back here as a free agent. Now 1-2.
Look at an off-speed pitch and way out in front. I've read that Hanley Ramirez, much in the same way as Eduardo Nunez, helmet comes off quite often. And his helmet has his own Twitter handle.
Really?
Hanley's helmet.
Now 3-2.
Take a look, and the helmet didn't make it around the bases. That was off R.A. Dickey here at Fenway Park.
You know who else loses his helmet when he swings? Bartolo Colon. And that's a walk to Ramirez. Let's see if they stay with Wilson against Sandoval, letting him play to the left field wall.
Well, I think that what they're looking at is the overall numbers for Sandoval. If he hasn't hit well against left-handed pitching, and they've seen enough of him batting left-handed in this series. He did have a hit here last night batting right-handed. That was only his second of the year. Something upstairs he couldn't get on top of.
So 2 hits in his last 5 at-bats against lefties, but still an 0.91 average against southpaws. Wilson looks like he's overthrowing just a bit.
I think one way or another, this is going to be his last man. Betances is ready to come in.
You know, I love righty-lefty splits and all that, Kenny, but Betances could get out somebody who's ambidextrous. So. I mean, there are some guys that don't play the splits because their stuff is so good, it doesn't matter if they face righty or lefty. So then you ask yourself a question. You're protecting a 3-2 lead. Who would you rather have in there, Betances or Justin Wilson?
He's playing to the numbers.
Yep. And the numbers will always give you a reason for why you did it. He even said today, when he met the media before the game, he said, "Now I put in all lefties yesterday thinking we'd score a lot of runs. Guess it didn't work out." He said, "It looked good when I thought about it." Sometimes you can make the right move and it might not turn out right. There's Wilson all over the place.
Yeah, he's struggling with his control, and sometimes in Pittsburgh that was his problem. Always had a strong arm, but there were some walks involved there.
Fastball by him. Well, Sandoval does not get cheated.
No, not from either side of the plate. Anytime you lose your balance, that means you are trying to unload the wagon with one swing.
He struck him out. A big strikeout of Sandoval. A nice comeback from down 3-1. And that is going to do it for Wilson, as Girardi will now bring in Betances to face Mike Napoli. Runner on first base. Napoli comes up. The runner at first is the tying run.
Limpiar. Limpiar no es solo lavar la vajilla. Es el comienzo de una cena inolvidable. Es más que dejar listo el baño. Es preparar el escenario para otro gran concierto. Limpiar es reordenar las cosas del pasado. Es dar un pasito al futuro. Es saber que siempre hay una oportunidad para volver a empezar. Limpiar es comenzar una nueva historia. Scotch Brite.
York Yankees. Amazing things are happening here. And you're going to look at Dylan Betances from last night's ball game coming in. He was fired up as he shut down the Red Sox. The Yankees won it by a score of 3-2 last night. That's where we stand right now.
Be the 13th appearance for Betances with 21 strikeouts and 13 1/3 innings. And he's going to go up against a good fastball hitter in Mike Napoli. Napoli today is 0 for 3. But Betances not only a fastball pitcher, he's got that spike curve which he throws with great efficacy. So Ramirez at first, held there by Teixeira. We are in the bottom of the 8th inning. Yankees are leading 3-2. Starts him off with a breaking ball.
Yeah, there it is, Michael. That's what you're talking about. He drops it over the inside corner for a strike. The right-hand hitters, they kind of give on it a little bit, and then it just darts over the plate.
As you can see, Dellin trying in vain to join the Yankee mustache crowd. He's giving it a shot. Started by Brett Gardner. Yankees, I believe, are 11-3 since they started growing those mustaches. There's a strike on a breaking ball. Now if you're a hitter, what do? Do you look for 97?
There's a little confusion here. Is that what you're trying to say?
Yeah. Swing and a miss. 98 upstairs. Napoli down on strikes, and Betances does it again. No runs, no hits, no errors, 1 left. Let's go to the 9th. 3-2 Yankees.
Presented by your Tri-State Land Rover retailers, as renowned actor Alan Alda discusses his role in 2 of the biggest TV shows of all time, MASH and The West Wing. Catch the premiere Thursday at 11, only on Yes. That should be fantastic.
Kenny, he was great.
I'm sure he was
great. I mean, an icon. We were so thrilled that we had him on the show. We go to the 9th. Brian McCann leads off. Let's talk a little strategy here, Kenny.
Gotcha.
No one warming in the Yankee bullpen. By using Betances today, they don't like to use him 3 days in a row. So maybe Girardi gives him a 4-out save, saves Miller, and has Miller available for tomorrow night.
You can. That works for me.
Let's see if it works for them. McCann is 0 for 3 today. And there's a strike from Ogando. McCann grounded to first, grounded to second, and popped to short. Three and one.
And the shadow shouldn't be, you can see it, but it's really bothersome to hitters when the shadow gets about halfway between the mound and the pitcher.
Fly ball down the right field line. Holt shades his eyes, fights the sun, and makes the play.
Should say the shadow between mound and home plate there. Now the sun, actually it's not the sun that's moved, it's the earth that has moved. And now it's the right fielder going to have problems with the sun. Now wasn't it years ago that men thought it was the earth was the center of the universe?
I think it was about 4 years ago.
Until they finally figured it out.
Drilled deep to left field off the bat of Chris Young. Did he get it? Oh, he got it. See ya. A home run over the Green Monster, and the Yankees have some insurance. They're up 4-2. Home run number 6 for Chris Young.
Well, he's 2 for 4 today with a double and a home run. I mentioned the fact that all of these extra base hits, he's now got 40 hits with the Yankees, and 23 of them are for extra bases. Michael, you talked about that long walk to the dugout. Look, this is a little bit of a trot, a little spring in his step. You notice how those fans stay quiet when you're coming by in this particular route to the dugout. There's a look at the pitch, and it's right there from Ogando, and right there.
It was Ogando.
Yeah, it was. Here's another look. Right down Young Street.
Headley fouls it off. Count 1-2. Headley 1 for 3 today. Bad hands there. Lost the souvenir. Foul into the seats. Foul the other way, not a play.
It was Young's third home run against a right-handed pitcher, so he's split down the middle. 3 against lefties, 3 against righties. But his batting average overall is just off the charts against left-handed pitching. 476.
And Headley down on strikes for the second out here in the ninth.
But my point is, 3 home runs. He's hitting a little over 200 against righties. But he brings solid defense. You understand what I mean, Michael?
Yeah.
But if you start, putting him out there against too many righties, then you might cool him off from both sides, and you won't be hitting lefties either. So it's a fine line.
Petit nubs. Ogando takes it himself, and that's going to do it in the 9th. But the Yankees get a big insurance run off the bat of Chris Young, his 6th home run of the year. When it lands, it's 4-2 Yankees. We go to the bottom of the 9th here at Fenway.
Baseball's newest morning show is off and running.
Hey, welcome to MLB Central.
Setting the table for your baseball day.
He has so many weapons in his arsenal.
MLB Central. Weekday mornings at 10 a.m. Eastern. Only on MLB Network.
Drew Miller for tomorrow night. If they'd used Miller here in the 9th, then both he and Betances would not be available tomorrow because it would have been their 3rd straight day of working. And Betances is going to face the bottom 3rd of the order, starting with Brock Holt. Holt 0 for 3. All 3 of those at-bats against Eovaldi. Fly ball to left, ground ball to first, and a fly ball to center. Yankees in at the corners for Holt. And there's a strike. 95 mile-an-hour fastball.
Here you are in the unenviable position of being 0-2 against a strikeout pitcher.
Flower, the shadow's playing a role here.
And it's starting to now.
Did he go? Yes, he did. And now McCann will tag Holt for the first out. Crowd doesn't like it.
Oh, he definitely went. He's trying to stand up there like he didn't, but they asked the third base umpire, Chris Guccione. He said he went too far.
Here's Xander Bogaerts. He's 0 for 3. Ground ball to short, fly ball to center, pop up to second. 97, swung on and missed. Yankees trying to grab another series.
Same position Holt was in. Betances can get the job done and be his first save of the season.
Well, there's some debate who would close. And that is ruled that it did not go around, according to Jeff Nelson. That swing was not a swing, according to Nelson at first base. You decide. I think he held up.
Yeah.
He's had one save in his career. Swing and a miss. And the Red Sox down to their final out.
Yeah, what you're looking at is just Betances had over 100 strikeouts last year out of the bullpen, set the Yankee record, 130 I believe it was, for strikeouts by a reliever in the season, broke Mariano Rivera's record. Andrew Miller also had over 100 strikeouts out of the bullpen last year for Baltimore and Boston. So you're seeing a lefty-righty tandem is just tough to put into play, let alone score a run against.
So Blake Swihart in his first big league game, last chance for the Red Sox, 1 for 2 with a walk and a run scored. Betances with 12 pitches, 10 strikes. And the Sox now down to their final strike. Strike 3, ball game over. And the Yankees win 4-2. Betances picks up the save, strikes out all 4 Red Sox that he faced, and the Yankees have taken another series. Eovaldi gets the win. The bullpen does a great job again, and here's the final pitch.
Here's the last pitch, and this is absolutely filthy. Man, after all those heaters, he drops one over the back door, and Swihart, welcome to the big leagues.
Now the Yankees are now 9-3 on the road. After starting the season 3-6, they are 12-3 in their last 15 games, and they remain atop the American League East, and they take another series. They won last night, and they win this afternoon. Tomorrow night, the finale of this 3-game set before they move on to Toronto. Betances walks off feeling good, and now we will throw it to Bob Lorenz, Jack Curry, and John Flaherty to set the table for the rest of the show. Guys?